Breath meditation was called Anapanasati by Buddha. Ana and apana means inhalation and exhalation. Sati means deliberate attention, not just simple involuntary awareness. Awareness produced by breath. At first, in our practice, we are simply aware of the breath. But after some time, we will find that breath makes us aware of awareness itself. The Anapanasati means the awareness produced by or inherent in the breath. It is possible to pray, sing, or recite mantras without really paying any attention to them, even thinking of other things. But you cannot practice breath awareness at the tip of the nose without being very aware of it. Breath awareness ensures that the yogi's mind remains one-pointed. As the Bhagavad Gita says, the light of a lamp does not flicker in a windless place. That is the simile which describes a yogi of one-pointed mind. Bhagavad Gita 6.19. Although we tend to think of attention as merely a state of the mind, the opposite of inattention, it is really a great psychic force. Quantum physics has discovered that when a human being sets his attention on anything, that object is immediately affected to some degree, so much so that a scientist can unintentionally influence the result of an experiment, however controlled the external conditions may be. Thoughts are indeed things, but attention is the fundamental power of thought. Experience the breath fully. As we calmly fix our awareness on the breath, it becomes increasingly refined, gentle, and easeful, often as light as the breeze of a butterfly's wings. The subtler the breath sensations, the closer the awareness is coming to the self, and therefore the more easeful and joyful the experience. To experience the breath fully is to experience the self. When the breath disappears, self-awareness remains. Since it is natural for the breath to become increasingly refined as you observe it, you need not attempt to deliberately make this happen. Your attention will automatically refine it. As we become more and more aware of the subtle forms of movements of the inner breaths, it automatically happens that the breath movements on all levels becomes lower. This is the highest form of pranayama. Physical layer, pure being. The more attention we give to the breath, the subtler it becomes until it reveals itself as an act of the mind, consisting of mind stuff, chitta itself. The breath, like an onion, has many layers. In the practice of breath meditation, we experience these layers beginning with the most objective, physical layer and progressing to increasingly subtle layers, until as with an onion at its core, there are no more layers, but only pure consciousness. The breath becomes increasingly refined as we observe it, and as a result, our awareness also becomes refined. Just keep watching, relaxed. And the breath seems not right, or uncomfortable, or unsatisfactory. In some way, it is the simple power of attention that will make everything right in time. This is important to realize. For at such times of discontent with the breath, we are actually confronting blockages or entanglements in the various levels of our being. If we try to correct them or banish them, we may make them worse. But calm and disinterested observation, awareness of the breath, ignoring its momentary qualities, will straighten everything out by removing those blockages or problems. This especially takes place in the mind. So just keep watching, relaxed attention takes care of it all. The same is true when we experience the inner subtle sounds of the breath. The life energy is called prana, which manifests as breath or also manifesting as the physical and subtle bodies. That is why the Upanishads declare that everything is prana, the breath. As the prana of those bodies move or vibrate within them, much as many currents move within a river or ocean, they produce subtle sounds of varying frequencies. Therefore, when you are deep in breath awareness, you may Hear many different forms of subtle sounds as those pranic flows are being strengthened, enhanced, or corrected by your effective attention. Internalized attention. Sri Ramana Maharshi said that internalized attention placed on the mind would cause it to resolve into the self, the pure conscious from which it arose. We experience this for ourselves in breath meditation. When the breath becomes revealed as not just as an act of the mind, but the mind itself, which then dissolves into the pure consciousness of a spiritual being, the self. Therapeutic spotlight. Attention is the therapeutic spotlight of our consciousness, revealing, restoring, and perfecting. So it is attention, literally pure and simple, that makes breath meditation work. Source: Spiritual Science.
Please share and subscribe to make your spiritual journey faster.